Mulens. What should we call you? I said it doesn't matter as long as there's a serve in front of it.
Bam Bam Mulens draws the task of teaching hitters the finer points at the plate, but find out why he might be switching out his bat for a sword.
You know, throwing upper 80s from the sidearm is not really something that's in high demand, so I don't think the ninth inning is going to be mine anytime soon.
Javi Lopez keeps the opposition off balance with his sidearm delivery. Check out how he reacts to a few curveball questions from Amy G.
This is the kitchen.
He does these lamb chops that are outstanding.
He makes me a nice little egg sandwich every day game.
Favorite thing he makes is the steaks from cows.
Players need their gas tanks filled when they take the field. Coming up, meet the man who fuels the clubhouse. And you won't find any cotton candy in his kitchen.
We're going to go ahead and crank this bad boy up.
GMag, where you'll never leave our table unsatisfied, starts right now. Welcome to another episode of GMag, the show where we take you inside your beloved orange and black. I'm your host, Renelle. Surviving in the major leagues is no easy task. It involves spending countless hours in the gym and, equally as important, putting the right food in your body in order to perform at the highest level. Now it's time to meet the man in charge of satisfying the clubhouse's hunger. Our Jamie Sire has more.
Wondered about the secret ingredient to an athlete's success, look no further than the guy who prepares his food.
All right, let's cruise on in. This is the kitchen.
In the Giants clubhouse, that guy is Joe Day.
This is our salad bar we got started out for today.
Every home game, it's up to Joe to prepare 3 hearty and healthy meals for hungry Giants players and coaches.
Favorite thing he makes is the steaks from cows.
They do some pitas with some meat inside. It's delicious, man. It's just unbelievable.
He does these lamb chops that are outstanding.
I like his soups. You know, every day we get here around 1 o'clock or so, his soup is ready to be had for lunch. I like breakfast. I'm a breakfast guy, so he makes me a nice little egg sandwich every day game, so that's nice.
He does this like mustard Dijon sauce, something or other. That's like my favorite.
In charge of all the grocery shopping, which can be anywhere from Safeway to the farmer's market and anywhere in between.
I'm always afraid to cook the Brussels sprouts, but I might have to break that out. They do like carrots with some dill, but they're definitely afraid of those Peruvian purple potatoes.
Why?
I don't know.
Give us an idea of what your typical day is when it's a game day.
On a shopping day, I'll probably leave my house at like 8. I'll get to wherever I'm shopping at about 8:30 and end up rolling into the park at about 10. Whenever the shopping's done at the park, then I'll start prepping and cooking. People will start showing up at about 1 o'clock for the 7 o'clock game.
The young chef honed his skills at the iconic restaurant Gary Danko until Barry Zito convinced him to make the jump to baseball. Now in his 4th season, his biggest achievement has been changing the food culture in the clubhouse for the better.
Unfortunately, a lot of the clubhouses, well, at least 5-10 years ago, you know, it was like walking into a 7-Eleven. I mean, you know, it's just candy and crap everywhere. Joe has really adjusted to that and helped us. You know, we have like a protein, a starch, and a vegetable every day, and the worst thing you can eat in there is like dark chocolate chips. So, I mean, you can't even go have your little binge if you wanted.
But what kinds of things do you do to kind of trick them into eating healthy?
I'll make it look like it did originally. For instance, clam chowder, not really that healthy for you because it's got so much cream. But if you only add a little bit of it and you kind of use good ingredients, then the taste is good, but you're not carrying all the calories. Just trying to make good, clean food and just keep my head down and do my job. It's definitely a blessing to be able to create my own menu and have all that creative freedom and just be able to hang out and cook for some awesome people.
Want to eat like the pros? Well, coming up later in GMag, Jamie and Joe head back to AT&T Park to show us how to cook up one of the team's favorite meals, a large helping of clam chowder. Tim Lincecum is used to serving up a steady diet of strikeouts to hitters, but some fans got stomach aches watching the star of their team struggle to start the year. For answers, we turn to some different stars by deferring to our own sports astrologer to tell us what the future holds for the Giants ace.
Strike three call, and he knew it. Struck him out.
Tim Lincecum was born June 15th, 1984 in Bellevue, Washington, and he is a Gemini with 3 planets in Gemini. And Gemini is an air sign. It's ruled by Mercury and has to do with the mind and the intellect. So pitching is a very mental game, and 3 planets in Gemini, you don't get more mental than that. So Tim has to be mindful not to think too much. He likes to keep his options open. That's very Gemini. So that would make sense. He signed a 2-year contract instead of a longer-term deal. And Mars is a really important planet for an athlete. Mars rules energy, assertion, and aggression. Tim has Mars in Scorpio, which is the warrior. So when he was blocking the plate against Colin Cowhill and he was plowing down, that was Mars in Scorpio. He was fearless. He was like a catcher. He didn't budge off the plate. So he has that intensity. Also, 3 planets in Capricorn, he's very perfectionistic and sets incredibly high standards for himself. So you can kind of see why he gets hard on himself and kind of critical. Basically, he's going to improve. He's in a Saturn cycle now, which is limitation. But the mantra for Saturn, delay doesn't mean denial. In the month of June, Jupiter will go into Gemini, which is a whole new cycle of personal growth, the planet of good fortune. And then in September, down the all-important stretch, it will actually connect to his Mercury, the planet of communication, and he'll be back to Timmy, optimistic, positive thinking. And then next season is really off the charts, and he heads into his Saturn return, which is a high watermark in career and love. So definitely things improving for Timmy.
Coming up on GMag, every at-bat is a duel between the pitcher and hitter. Next, find out what honor has given Giants hitting coach Bam Bam Mullins a leg up on the competition. Plus, the G-Men are stocked full of homegrown pitching. Coming up, we meet one flamethrower ready to make the jump from the farm to the bigs. But first, it's time to test your knowledge with our Subway trivia question. Which Giant holds the franchise record for most game-winning runs batted in for a season? Think about it, and we'll have the answer after the break when GMag returns.